That did not really go according to plan. Hey, Glue Troopers, Max and Max's Models here. Got a lot to cover tonight, so let's get into it. First, I started with the AIrbus. I thought I was going to finish it today. I got the tape removed and definitely needed some cleanup, but overall, all the right colors were in all the right places. And I was a little curious how that blue paint was going to be, unfortunately, since it was basically a house paint. And unfortunately, it was still a little bit tacky. In fact, the engines are so tacky, I really couldn't work with them today. But I was able to get started. I started with the windshield, the windows, and the cockpit. And since it was clear film, I left a little extra there and scraped off the film so I had the paper to grab with the tweezers. And that worked really well. The windshield and side windows as one piece slid in, adjusted easily. I was like, great, these pointer dog decals are already starting off a lot better than the last mail order ones I got, although it was a single sheet and everything had to be trimmed out. And I started putting decals around the airplane. The next thing, of course, was the border stripes, and there was some issue with that. I'm not sure if the shape was absolutely right or not, but I did get them all on, and they looked acceptable when they were done. As I started putting on more decals like the doors and stuff, though, I started getting some curling, and I had put down gloss paint, so this was a gloss finish, and I was prepping it, but it was still having some issues just adhering. I was using the micro set and everything. The wings, I had painted the underwing area to match. I had left them off for a while, figuring I'd put them on after I got some of the decals on, but then I realized that probably wasn't going to work too well. And although the wings had perfectly fit when I test fit them, since I'd put the paint on it and everything, they were a little argumentative getting in, but they finally went into place. They didn't really want to stay in place though, so that was unexpected, and applying pressure to the blue paint was something I didn't want to do, so I had to be real careful with the handling. But as the decal started to go on, it started to look like what I wanted to look like. The aggravating part was it was still starting to get some peeling here and there, but I was like, you know what? Give the stuff a chance to do its job. And I got it up on a stand, just the kind of stand you just set it on. There's no hole in the bottom or anything, and the thing was kind of starting to look okay, especially at a little bit of distance. But it was one of those things that now I've just got to set it off to the side, give it a couple of days for everything to harden. Maybe I can go back in with some microsol if I need to, and I'm going to do those engines a few more days to harden. So that was as far as I could go with the AIrbus. Really, all I have to do right now is get the engines on it. And there are a couple of decals I may or may not put on. The decal set's pretty thorough, I'll give them that. And the ones on top of the wings and a few of the others laid down without any argument. But some of them argued and some didn't, go figure. So then I got to work on the C-57D properly twisting off and putting the shrink wrap over the wires and everything where they're mated, and drilling holes and getting the LEDs where I wanted them. And it came out looking, about like I expected. I got Robbie the robot there taking a check ride, because remember, this is going to be a training simulator. All I have to do now is make the outside shell when I get a chance. I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to do that, but I'm going to make it like a simulator box and maybe put it up on some kind of pedestal or something, or we'll see. But I also want to put the clear dome over it, give a place for the examiners to watch from above. Simulator, I can smell the tension and fear. But then I also want to get that dome that Ken's making for me when I can, to finish off the flying saucer itself, the C-57D. And then I got to figure out what I want to do with the engine. So forward progress is being made, but for right now, I've gone about as far as I can go with these two until I get some more materials and stuff. So the next thing that I wanted to get into was the Takom 1/16 scale Willys MB Jeep. And I'm really looking forward to this. I actually got the first couple of pieces put together today, but I went ahead and took every single runner tree out and photographed them so you guys could see all the parts that are in it. And the first three pieces, it's a little complicated. You have to read the instructions carefully, but the instruction book is incredibly detailed. So kudos for that. And, well, I'll just run a little music and let you look at the various parts. The decal sheet is also equally impressive, so I'm really looking forward to going further on this. But I put in a pretty full day on the Tarbus, and it was getting to be tea time. So that's what I have for this evening, guys. I really don't think the Takom kit is going to offer too many problems. I have watched some video builds on it. I expect it to be sort of the anti-C57D because everyone who's built this magnificent kit has just raved about how great it is. And we'll see. All right, guys, you take care of yourselves. Hope you're doing well. And as always, model on.